If you've been wanting a planning system that you'll come back to every single month, look no further. I'm going to show you my exact system that has proven to work for me for years. Today, I'm walking you through not just a monthly reset, but also a quarterly reset. Step one, we close out the prior month with a bit of reflection. Think about what works well. What do you want to carry into the next month or the next quarter? Reevaluate your goals. Take some time to figure out where you've been. Once we close out the prior month and we've done a bit of reflection, we get to do the fun stuff, which is setting up the current month. I mix digital planning in Notion, not sponsored, and also paper planning. And I find that gives me the best combination to have the reinforcement and to have my goals in more than one place. These two systems complement each other very well. And that is why I keep coming back to it month over month. Welcome back to my channel. If you're craving a softer, more intentional, cozy life, but don't know how to build it, I'm Jordan, Cozy Creative. I share hobbies, productivity tips, everyday systems, and more to help you build a life you don't need a vacation from. If you haven't seen the other videos in my monthly reset series, I will leave them linked in the description for you. Take out your pen, your post-it, that journal that's been sitting collecting dust, and let us get into it. This is the 2026 dashboard I use to keep track of my plans and goals. I won't go through everything, but just a friendly reminder, it is not too late to do a bit of reflection on 2025. So if you need some inspiration, that is here for you. We are going to first jump to the yearly goals. Look at how much we have left to go in the year. So if you find yourself feeling like you're behind or there's some more things that you need to get done and you feel like you're running out of time, you're not. This helps ground me in reality, challenging my type A self to be mindful of what I call self-imposed deadlines. Sometimes I can put a lot of pressure on myself to get certain things done in a certain amount of time, and I want to be productive and all these things. I want to design an intentional life. I want to help you design an intentional life. And I think sometimes that can backfire. This is just a really good way to ground me in how much time we really have ahead of us and how much time we have behind us. If you want a bit of a deeper dive into this page, check out one of my earlier videos. I wanted to share a bit of the things that I do differently at the start of a new quarter, one of which is to go into my paper planner, start doing a bit of a brain dump for the quarter's goals in Notion, not sponsored, set up a second supporting actions dashboard. So that's what I'm going to walk you through when we get to our Notion tour. Sometimes I'll do my brain dump in Notion and then just put the highlights in the paper planner, or I'll do the brain dump in the paper planner and then put the highlights and the specifics and all of that into Notion. I think it just depends on the quarter, the month, how I'm feeling, how much time I have. I've certainly customized it at this point, but if you want a good starting point, Jenna Hong has a free Notion template. She uses it in a bit of a different way than I do, but if you've been dying to get into Notion and you don't know where to start, it's free. Like in this economy, girl, she's so generous. I got inspired to do my own plan with me content by watching hers. I have a system that works for me and a system that I hope works for you. It is repeatable. If you want to call them resolutions, if you want to call them intentions, whatever it is, I've essentially built my own SOP, standard operating procedure. There's something to be said for repeatability and how easy you can make it on yourself when you know what to expect. You can show up every single time. Some of the goals that we go through month to month might be repetitive, but that's the point, right? Like, how do you know if something's working? How do you know if you're going to be able to stick to something if you don't give it time? I'm going to stop yapping, but just wanted to walk you through the differences at the start of a quarter and remind you as your cozy buddy that you don't need to do all of your planning in one day. Without further ado, you can see my focus for each quarter, every single one of these goals. I put the status as complete. It's really about taking that macro level view, revisiting your annual goals, and doing any sort of reflection that you need to do as it relates to the year. Let's talk about March. This, if you recall from prior videos, houses our January, February, March goals and supporting actions. At the top, as per usual, I ended up putting my Q1 goals, which I pulled directly from my yearly goal setting dashboard. All of these are complete. So we spent so much time walking through this in the last video. So if you want more of the yaps, check that out. I'm feeling pretty good about how the first quarter of the year went, and I am on track, complete with all of my Q1 goals, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So that's what we're working with in terms of macro level reflecting on the quarter. Let's make sure our filters are accurate. For cozy hobbies, I had 2 goals. The hobby or craft with my mom is done. My Pimsleur Spanish lesson, I essentially only completed 1 lesson. I wanted to complete 2, therefore it is not complete. I'm okay with that. Finances, I wanted to update my payment method for my Apple subscription and then do an audit of my subscriptions overall. That's been done. Updating my wealth management dashboard. If you're into finances, if you are interested in what specifically I'm talking about when I talk about my wealth management dashboard in Notion, if you want to use it as a template, I have that linked in a video called Ultimate Life Reset, Resetting Your Finances. That's on track and it's ongoing, meaning I will carry this into April as a supporting action. And then review my infrastructure and my ecosystem and then streamlining my expenses. That's complete. If we move to health and fitness, oh, praise the Lord. I really wanted to build my care team in the month of March. And as I said in the last video, it is not something that I can control. However, it's done. So I really don't think I am going to be seeing any other specialists as a result of my car accident. My care team is established, and that's a big deal. Even though I'm still working through a lot on my recovery journey, I cannot tell you how good it feels to have a care team, to know who I'm going to for what, to have appointments on the books. Focusing on rest and recovery is complete. However, I think I'm actually going to change this to ongoing. And I'm debating, we'll see as we go through this month over month, but I'm debating if I want on track and ongoing to be different. So if you are curious into why I don't use in progress as like that middle yellow status, go back to the last video where I literally just had an entire like debate with myself, like a debacle about the phrasing in progress. So now in the month of April, as we look back to March, I'm wondering if I want to put on track as something that like in the current month, the goal's not done, but I am on track. Here's the path. Your girl is here, but we're not over here. And then I'm wondering if I want to put like a different color and a different tag for ongoing. So that way visually it's easier for me to see. Ongoing are things that like, yeah, I probably completed it. And I'm going to carry that thing into the next month, the subsequent month. For now, to save us some time, let's just say that this is ongoing. In the personal bucket, I wanted to do some February reflection and some March goal setting, which I did. Think that this series is like my jam. Like, it's for you, obviously. Please steal the system, steal the Notion setup, steal the process, all that stuff. I want it to be helpful for you. And I can't stress enough how helpful it is for me to hold me accountable. So the fact that I did this, filmed it, and posted it, we're doing great. So that's done. My Lent ins and outs, I put postpone. Let me see if the link is in here. I was going strong. And y'all know, I think I shared at least just the dashboard itself. Like, I was going strong, but then I realized I had too many activities to track. Then we moved into March and I skimmed it down a little bit, but like I didn't really track all of them. As you can see, we definitely fell off leading up till Lent in terms of just like the act of tracking, like using my Lent tracker. I did fall off. It's okay. Life happens. The Lord is not going to smite me because I didn't check something off on a Notion dashboard. Like my intentions during Lent season and my heart posture for Lent season was there. I think I am very comfortable with that being something that essentially got postponed. And leave a comment down below if there's like a different label that you would use. This is like something that I started. It's, I guess, not really on track, but it's not complete. I started this thing. I was real into this thing, hyper focused, and like I fell off. So maybe it fell off is what I'll think about incorporating into the tags as well. And then doing a home reset and focusing on my laundry. So thank the Lord for my parents. My parents came to visit and my mom helped me really get through a lot of the laundry that I had. So in terms of really making sure that my home reset, home decluttering, whatever is manageable, I, in the last video, reorganized this page just to reflect the 2 things I want to focus on for the month, which I've done. Let's talk about the mini resets because your girl made some great progress. I'm like, I deserve a little treat. I deserve a sweet treat. Like, I did a lot. I decluttered my entryway, which is what I call my drop zone. So when I come in, I drop my keys, I'll drop my purse, I put my umbrella, my receipts, my mail, like all of that needed to be decluttered. This is a question mark because my dad said that my ring, the actual like ring panel that you like put on the wall is plugged in or has a battery. I don't know. But like at one point in time, it had the battery flashing light. I might mark this as red and then I can just like triple check and figure out what I'm working with. I went through my fridge, threw away any expired foods, which if you have not done that, I would encourage you to do that. It's very therapeutic. Then I actually cleaned the fridge. So like you have to wipe down. Okay, it's a process. Same thing for the freezer. Went through the freezer. My mom helped me reorganize it. Sorting through and giving away my old pots and pans. I don't know what it is, y'all. I like have so much stuff in my house, but frankly, a lot of it is stuff I've been like, hoarding sounds bad, but like I've been carrying it for like a decade or more. So the same pots and pans that your girl was using 10 years ago in college were sitting in my kitchen cabinet, taking up space. I don't know why sometimes I just really struggle with giving away things. So I finally did the big girl thing and I went through all my pots and pans and then I put the ones that I want to give away to Salvation Army in a box. And so that is what I call declutter to donate. That's just kind of like the process as I'm going through my house. In terms of what people would call Tupperware, even though I know Tupperware is a brand, but it's like Band-Aids, right? Oh, hand me the Band-Aid. Like we know Band-Aid is the brand name to refer to the thing. Okay. I had all these Pyrexes. Again, thank God for my mom. Lids everywhere. Can't find bowls. Da da da. So my mom helped me reorganize my Pyrex. So now when I need to go put stuff away or pack a lunch or whatever, it's all organized and cleaned out. Winter accessories, I realized that I don't need 4 pair of big, thick snow blower shoveling snow winter gloves. I don't need it. I did keep my snow pants though, just because you never know. But I went through my hats, my gloves, my scarves, and just made sure that I felt good. I've been really trying to not wait to reset or declutter around my home because there's obviously a ton to do. But I want to, I don't know, show you. I want you to like come along with me. I want to like body double, but I'm learning that I just gotta go through the stuff. I had stuff in my pantry from like 2012, which honestly, that doesn't even sound like it's that long ago, but like it is. I had stuff from 2014. My pantry was insane. Couldn't find anything. I kept buying stuff, buying groceries because I was like, oh, I need coconut milk, only to find out I've got 7 cans already in my pantry. I actually want to experiment with what I'm just calling pantry inventory. So like coconut milk, we could stay on the coconut milk thread. So if I've got 7 cans of coconut milk, I can go to the inventory. I'll put coconut milk times 7, and then I'll put the expiration date. And it's literally like a piece of paper that I printed. And so at some point, I want to do that for everything that's in my pantry, and I want to tape it to the inside of the door. That way, if I'm running to the grocery store, if I'm trying to cook something new, blah, 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 it's very easeful. I'm like making my environment work for me. I know exactly what I have and how much I have and when it expires. Why that's also helpful is because if I have literally written down the expiration dates for things, when I open my pantry to grab a snack, I will be grabbing the snacks that expire first. So that's something that I want to focus on as we move into spring. But in terms of what I wanted to do for my pantry, that's done. I thought I needed to go into my garage and go through all Christmas decor in totality, give away, decide what I wanted to give it away, then come back in my house, put away and pack up the Christmas stuff from last season, and then move that into the garage. My mom was like, girl, where's the bag for the Christmas tree? It's March. We need to take this Christmas tree down. So that's why this is postponed, and I don't even feel bad about it. And then I was able to like, I don't know, maybe I'll give like a home tour or whatever. I don't know. Can you see? It's probably so small on this like Notion screen, but like I did put out my regular, I don't know, what I call like regular decor, my tan runner for my island, my sage green candle. Like I'm very into the neutrals around my house. And so it's a lot of whites, tans, green. I don't know. It's pretty. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. I've decorated my home for spring. Decluttering to donate my shoes and boots. I didn't do that in March, but I did go through my coats and jackets. So I am pretty proud of myself. Yes, I have 4 jean jackets, but they're different. One of them's really big and oversized. One of them cropped. One of them's a light blue. Like, you need all 4. I have 5 vests sitting in my coat closet. Why? Do I need 5 if you just think about it in quantity? No. Do I need 5 if you think about it in terms of style? Heck yeah. Long story short, March was like the month for decluttering and resetting my home, spiritual disciplines, letting God manage the things I cannot control. I talked a lot about this in the last vlog. I still stand by this. For the month of March, I marked it as complete. However, I'm probably going to drag it into April, for which I would say ongoing. And now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I feel like I always say this, like when you guys come to these plan with me's, I don't have everything scripted. I don't have everything thought out ahead of time. Like a lot of this is me updating Notion in real time and those sorts of things. I think I'm going to go back on what I said earlier about the status. So I'm actually going to put complete because if I just take the single month of March, I did this thing in March, therefore it is complete. Versus I kind of sort of started this thing but didn't finish it. So with that lens, I actually think I'm just going to put this as complete. Moving on to YouTube, I edited my March plan with me video, which is the video prior to this one. I did end up spending a bit of time like in the morning on a weekend scripting my final video of the YouTube experiment, which there's an entire playlist on my channel if you want to check it out. I wanted to walk through where I started a year ago. Your girl has 0 skills, has never done this before, is not bringing people over from TikTok, starting a channel. Like even the editing software that I used back then, like I rewatched those videos and you're like, girl, why did you stick with Riverside for so long? Because the video quality, it's not there. The editing capabilities, it's not there. I want to include a bit around like tips for beginner YouTubers, like hindsight, as they say, is 2020. If I was starting a channel in 2026, I'd do this. That kind of energy I wanted to like include in the script for this video. Updating my content planner, which I think we did on the call, or sorry, in the video in real time. And then filming this, I didn't start. I'm procrastinating. If I jump and show you the overview for the month of March, you can see I kept the reminders section for the goals where it made sense, where I needed notes, where I wanted to remind myself of something. I marked this as not complete. I'm giving the context over here in this column. That is our March monthly reflection. And now we can move on to planning for April. This is the new dashboard that I created. It is a lot easier to do this once you have an existing page. I duplicated the Q1 supporting actions and then I edited it. I always keep my annual goals at the top. This dashboard really filtered by Q2 only. So if I come to this page and I need another refresh, step 2, take a look at just the goals for the quarter that we're focused on. I don't care what we want to do later by the end of the year. We just want to focus on what are the goals for the quarter. Focusing on my harvesting season when it comes to my spiritual discipline, continuing recovery and healing. Sometimes as you're going through your goals, you might find that you repeat certain things. You might find that you need 2 quarters or 3 quarters to get something done. So it is okay if this is exactly like your Q1 goal. It is okay if it is completely different. Step 3, you can double click into the current month that you're in. Happy April. Leave a comment down below if you find these sorts of videos helpful and what else you would want to see. I've already organized and sorted my goals and my supporting actions by categories. Spiritual disciplines, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'll do church online, Sunday service, and then I'm obsessed with the affirmations app. I use that pretty much daily. So I marked this as on track. Oh, to ground you, it is April 8th, so early April. Some of these I have completed in the past 8 days, but we can go through them anyway. Daily devotional, Bible study, and or prayer journal. In the mornings, I like to do what is called first fruits. So that's one of the first things that you do when you wake up. And my goal is to put God first, to spend time with God first, to pursue God first. So not saying don't brush your teeth when you wake up, but I try to put some sort of devotional, reading my Bible, doing a bit of praying first thing in the mornings. The reason it's not started is because I literally haven't opened my devotional or my Bible in 8 days. Let God manage the things I can't control. That's on track. Could I freak out about all the things that I can't control in life? For sure. I could spiral. However, if you change your perspective and think about your circle of control, it's doable. Sometimes focusing on the glass half full approach tends to help when life can be a bit unpredictable. So these are the 3 goals for April for my spiritual disciplines, one of which I haven't started. Financial. April is going to be the month where I really get a handle on my finances. Not saying that I don't have a handle on them, but like I want to continue the financial discipline and just like putting more rigor around my finances. So file taxes, it's done. Took me a day and an age, and I'm pissed because I was using TurboTax, the desktop version for Mac, and at 11:30 at night, it crashed and nothing saved. And so I had to literally start all over again. But they're done, they're filed. I had to reschedule my meeting with my financial advisor. That's on track / ongoing because I just need to like literally put it in my phone, in my calendar app. Completing my subscription audit, that's done. But it's on track because I just need to open up my wealth management dashboard and then make sure I've updated it. Migrate, streamline, and automate my expenses. I actually think I've started that. So we're going to say on track. For example, if my water bill is coming out of a specific account today, I might not want that expense to continue coming out of that account. I might want to migrate it to a different account. So those are the kind of like audits that I'm going to be doing in the month of April. If you are interested in financial things, financial discipline, resetting your finances, I will leave a link to the Ultimate Life Reset to reset your finances. I did it a while ago, but honestly, I would say a lot of the tips and the strategy, the approach, all of that is likely still the same from the time that I filmed it till now. If you want to see the exact budgeting spreadsheet that I use and the exact system that I use in Notion, check out that video once this one's over. Bookmark it, save it, share it, come back to it later. Last couple of things on the finances, staying up to date with my monthly budgeting. So honestly, I think this and this might be duplicative. Update Ultimate Wealth Dashboard. That is this. Yeah, I think this one's a repeat, so we're just going to trash that. Stay up to date with my monthly budget. I'm just going to put not started. Okay, so that's it for finances. Let's talk YouTube because I've been making some real strides when it comes to my channel. I did an entire audit of like where I am, and pretty soon here I'm going to be posting my 1 year on YouTube, wrapping up what I call the YouTube experiment, which is the initial reason that got me into starting a channel. And I'm going to give a lot of tips in case you are a beginner YouTuber, in case you've always wanted to start a channel, in case you're tired of consuming content and you want to start creating content. I am working on that video and that will go live in the month of April. I essentially reframed my YouTube strategy, my YouTube approach for my channel for its 2nd year. So 1 year down, basically, for me, like at this point in time, April 8th, 2026, I think I have 24 followers. It's nothing crazy. I am a normal average person. I'm not bringing followers from other platforms. I genuinely wanted to know how long it takes to build and maintain a channel, what it takes, what skills I need, build those, grow myself, learn, put myself out of my comfort zone. And so I really did take a lot of time this past weekend to go through and reframe my strategy for our 2nd year. I don't know, do we want to go through that now? No, let's save that for the video. You can come back and check out my YouTube experiment video. Essentially, I'm moving from 2 videos per month to 3. You're welcome. So logic there really is I read somewhere that it takes 30 to 50 YouTube videos for YouTube to know what your ideal audience is. At the end of my 1st year, I had, I think, like 23 videos on my channel, 20 to 23. I need to get the rest of that content into my repository so that I can have at least 50 videos by the end of 2026. If you have 5011 hobbies, if you want to create a more intentional, soft, and cozy life and you don't know how to build it, my channel, my content is for you. It takes YouTube a bit of time to figure that out and to build the community and to push my content to the people that find it useful and want to stay and want to come back and share it with others, all that kind of stuff. In the spirit of 3 videos a month, we've got a plant vlog, garden vlog. It's a continuation of my garden vlog series. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out in my spring playlist. Honestly though, I'm pretty much done with the edit for this video that we're filming right now. I am doing the Notion tour, but I did film a couple of other things. YouTube experiment. I haven't started filming. I did script it just because I want to have notes to be able to like really remember all the tips and stuff. Those are the 3 videos for the month of April. I spent a lot of time on my content planner and really just thinking through what is my cadence going to be for the next few months. In case this content is not relevant for you, I will leave timestamps so you can bop around. I spent time this weekend chatting with Claude AI, being like, hey, here's what my channel is about. here's what I want to focus on. I'm really not sure how to reach an audience that needs blah, blah, blah. Like, here's how many videos I have. Here's how many videos I want to have. Do the math. Like, all that kind of stuff. I just dumped into Claude, and then I used it as like a brain trust, a thought partner, if you will. And it spit out some really pretty graphics for me. Y'all know, like, I love aesthetics. So that's how I got to Cozy Creative Reframed and my lifetime channel vision, which is really for however long I want my channel to exist in the world. What is the vision? What's the long-term vision? Sneak peek, I think I'm going to save a lot of this for my YouTube experiment video, but you can literally see here all of the stuff down to what are we focusing on for Q2 for YouTube. And that was really helpful for me to take the most macro level view possible. I literally have, where is it? Here it is. Like a list of video titles. And then if I watch something on YouTube and I'm like, oh, that would be good inspo, I put the actual like link to the video so I can go back and remember what I liked about it. Like, I remember watching Angels and thinking, wow, she went through her entire closet and her video was like 10 minutes or 12 minutes. And so I remember thinking how many clothes I have in my closet, how much stuff I need to declutter, and like, how the heck do you make a video that's only 10 minutes? And then for Caroline, like, she's super low key. She's one of us. So I just put like some examples here, but then this would be like my video title idea. Claude AI saved me blah, blah, blah hours this week. The secret to learning how to edit your videos. What else is in it? I'm self-sabotaging and here's what I'm doing about it. All the videos I want to make, like all the content I want to put out there, being able to really organize it in a way that makes sense and in a way that makes sure my content is valuable for all of you. So these are my 4 content pillars. If you are here because you feel behind, you need to get your life together, you've fallen off track, but you don't know where to start, I've got content for you. I'm going to focus on creating content for you. If you feel really guilty about resting and finding time for your hobbies and you really need some support or some inspiration, if you want to grow what I call a guilt-free mentality, that would be my second pillar. If you want a calm, intentional life, but you don't know how to build it, that's like a lot of this content, right? Like the plan with me's and those sorts of things. And then the last one is really just embracing cozy, joyful living. So if you've got a hobby and you want to body double with me, that's where I want to focus my content, not because I'm not going to make things that fall outside of these 4 categories. But I think, again, as I'm reframing my second year as a YouTuber and trying to think about my channel, I think the first year really was for me. That was a long enough time for me to figure out that I like this thing, right? Grow the skills I need. Even like watching some of my old videos back, I'm like, my editing has absolutely improved. I've been able to get my little mic for improving my audio and using different editing softwares to improve video quality and content quality. If you're interested in more of the YouTube side of things, leave a comment down below. Let me know which of the 4 content pillars speaks to you the most and resonates with you the most. The other thing that I did in terms of revamping my content planner, which again relates to the April supporting actions, because I like to go in here every single month, every single quarter, and make sure I'm very crispy about YouTube because it can absolutely take over your entire life. So in the spirit again of me posting 3 videos a month, I used to keep like all of my content. Look at all this backlog content. I used to keep all of this kind of just like up and running, and like the list of up next was really long. I'm not doing that anymore. Moving forward, starting from April, I'm just going to put the top 3 videos. These are the 3 videos I've decided on. Awesome. Let's bop into the March goal plan with me. And this is a part of what I call the video idea SOP, video idea brainstorm SOP. For every video idea that I have, these included, even though they're repeatable, is I go through what I call a strategy op. Reflecting back on those content pillars, this is a pillar that like a video like this would fall into. If I were to ask you what you are struggling with when it comes to planning, goal setting, reflecting, this is what I'm thinking you would say, you would need. How can I create content that will help you with that? Then I typically, it's not here, but if I screenshot other people's videos, or I've got some videos in my content repository, I'll put the images here, the TNT title and thumbnail. And then I do spend a bit of time brainstorming what my title would be. All of this is done before I pick up the camera and start filming. If I'm going to make a video, like how many April plan with me, monthly plan with me videos are there on YouTube? So what are the titles that I want to use that I think would speak to you, or that would be searchable for you, or whatever? So
I'm really playing around with these too. We're back at it again with the monthly planning because we are, and a monthly reset you'll actually stick to. So that's the title and thumbnail brainstorm section. And then, not that I've stuck to this well, but I do use Claude AI to help me script my video. If I find in my analytics people are dropping off after a minute, how can I update this section with every video to make sure that I'm creating content that you want to come back to? Then this is my intro, the cute little scrapbooky transition slides. Those are made in Canva because I have Canva Pro, not sponsored. And that is what I use to help us transition from timestamp to timestamp. And then, in case you can't tell by how rambly I typically am when I do a screen share in Notion, like this is scripted but not scripted. It's what are the things that you want to hit on to make sure that this is useful, but like in general, I just go with the flow, let the dashboard speak to me as I walk you through. I know that people use a bunch of different platforms for content planning. There are people out there that use Rella. There are people out there that just use Google, to each their own, but Notion right now is what's working for me. In every single one of these videos, there's that pre-work. Once those are done, I'll start to film. And then down here, I created this cute little table. So there's an icon. I can't help it. I love aesthetics. So this is a little plant to represent my garden vlog. This is a pencil to represent the video we're filming now. And then this is a little, I actually don't know what these things are called. When you're on a film set and they go, take one, whatever that thing is called, leave a comment down below. There's an icon or an emoji to represent each of the 3 videos. And then these circles are changeable, obviously. Not obviously, I don't know. You might be new to Notion. You can add an icon when you do like a database. And so I decided to use, look at all the different variations of circles. So I decided to use these circles to help me reflect on my progress for each of the 3. So I'm basically almost done with my garden vlog. I just need to make my thumbnail, put some final editing touches, rewatch it once over to make sure it's good. In terms of this Plan With Me video, I did a bit of filming after work to walk you through my approach to a new quarter. And I'm filming my Notion tour at the moment. So I would say this video is about halfway done. Maybe after we're done walking through my Notion, I might be 3/4 of the way done. So I will update this. And then in terms of the YouTube experiment, I feel a little bit more behind. I'm procrastinating for reasons like I know I'm procrastinating filming it for all the reasons, but it's going to come out in the month of April. So definitely check it out. Assuage my fears as a beginner YouTuber and let me know what you think. On the left-hand side, you can see what stage I'm in. I actually don't know why thumbnails checked because I did. Oh, I added this. So I copied this row. You can go here, duplicate, and I forgot that the thing was already checked. So I'm not done with the thumbnail. Maybe if I have some time, it's 8:15 now. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it before I have to wind down. If not, that's okay. Nail's something I can even do during lunch tomorrow. That's not done yet for any of them, but that's okay. And then I've got a specific SOP. I won't get into it just for the purposes of saving you some time in this Plan With Me, but I have Post and Pub SOP, which is posting and publishing my video. What are the standard operating processes or procedures that I go through every single time without fail to make sure that I'm covering all the things that I need to cover in YouTube Studio to actually schedule and post my video, and then come back here when it's done and check that it's been scheduled. So this is completely new, not completely new. I will say the left-hand side of my content creation schedule is new. We're going to see how it works for the month. Back to Q2 goals. We just spent a bit of time doing content planning. And honestly, I love having you here. I love the accountability of being able to up into a platform that I love. I am pretty type A, but frankly, if you're type B, you could make this work. I just love the accountability of doing this with you. Some of it might be repetitive. It's like when you watch somebody's morning routine. Like I remember in COVID in particular, I used to watch Montana Dana, I think, with her channel. And I think her channel has absolutely evolved since then, but literally she was living with her brother at the time. She had icons of a checklist of the 5 things she wanted to get done in the day. And literally I would just sit and watch her go through her whole day. And every single day, the list was the same. I kid you not. But there's something comforting about that sort of content. So hopefully each of these Plan With Me videos will feel a bit different. Maybe I'll do some of them in different locations. I'll try to make it as engaging as I can. Health and fitness, there's only one, which is, oh, oops, sorry. We're going to put complete. Okay, focus on rest and recovery. Again, watch my previous Plan With Me's if you want a little bit more of the tea there, but that is in progress, on track, ongoing. Locking in my Q2 supporting actions in Notion. So that is literally this page that we're going through, these 26, 27 items. Those are my supporting actions, locking those in. That's complete. Adjusting my personal schedule and routine, on track. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, it's not done yet, but I will say early April, I am feeling pretty on track. Again, like me staring at the clock right now, in 10 minutes, I gotta go open up Routinery, click start, and go through my wind down routine. I'm really trying to get myself back on a routine. I'm trying to focus actually on my night routine as the catalyst to help me start waking up earlier in the mornings. Today is a fantastic day to start that because, in case I haven't mentioned it, I work a 9 to 5. I'm trying to balance YouTube, hobbies, family, friends, obligations, health. I'm trying to balance all of this stuff. So, how I spend what the internet girlies are calling your 5 to 9 is going to help me with my 9 to 5, if that makes sense. So, figuring out what I want my routines to be for April, and it's spring. Like, I want to be outside more. I'm starting to take walks before or after dinner. So, that's definitely on track. Posting in Cove, I won't get into it because I talk about it literally every video. But if you don't know what the Cove app is, go back to my previous content and you can hear me yap about it there. But that's on track. I literally just posted a couple of things today. I made some cookies. What else? This week, I experimented with making pad thai. So, I put a picture of that in the Cove. Doing a home reset. Ugh, I can't be the only one who always feels like her space is cluttered. My goal for April is to stay on top of my laundry. Laundry seems to be the one chore that I cannot get ahead of. In the spirit of like positive mentality, I am working on being better with my laundry. Right now, it's a bit of a struggle for me. I've actually started doing very small loads more frequently, which I know might sound like, duh, Jordan, but my wash machine is pretty big. You can stuff a lot of clothes in there. I think that's one of the reasons why I kept running into problems, running out of clothes left and right. Who's folding all of these clothes? Then you've got piles of clothes everywhere. You've got baskets of clean laundry, but now it's all wrinkly because you let it sit for 5 weeks. I am feeling pretty good about where I am now. In April, I just want to make sure I stay on top of it. And if all that I get done around my home is these two things, peace. These are some of the things that I want to do in terms of my downstairs and then anything additional that I've been working on. So I recently did this a couple of days ago. I did this a couple of days ago. You probably can't see, but I'm really trying to wear my jewelry. My dresser had been cluttered for the longest time. So making sure that I'm throwing out the rusty jewelry that is turning my skin green, but I keep it because it's cute. No, it's trash. It was cheap. It's not real. It's not even real metal. It's turning colors. It's time to throw it out. So I did spend a bit of time on my jewelry. Next are my perfumes. Same deal. I'm holding on to my baby bottle of Burberry Goddess because I love it. The smell cannot be replicated, not on Dossier, not on Amazon. There is something in that bottle. There is something in that formula that cannot be replicated. I've run out. This bottle has been empty for a while and I haven't gone to buy a new one. But every once in a while, I'll just give it a smell. Why, Jordan? Why are you keeping this empty bottle? So it's stuff like that. If I can get to any additional resets, declutters, whatever, I'm actually thinking about making a video all about my closet and decluttering my closet. Novel revisions is on the list for hobbies. Pimsleur. Did I do a lesson? I did. On the 6th, I spent my dinner time instead of watching TV, doing my Spanish. I think I was cooking dinner or something. So the goal for April is to do 4, and then for every lesson that I do, I'm going to put the date so that when I come back and you and I want to reflect on the month of April and plan for the month of May, I am confident that I did the 4 lessons and I've got the accountability of putting the day that I did them. Then we've got one hobby craft with my mom. I'll see if I can find a picture somewhere, but my mom found these really pretty spring paint by number kits. If you've got kids, if you've got pets, I really love the Aldi Finds aisle. So that said, the craft for the month is we're going to do one of the paint by numbers. When she was here, her and I were doing this gem painting. It is very intricate. There's definitely more than 27 colors. I'm in the process of finishing that. We were able to say that we could do something together for the month of March. Now that she's back home, we want to do some virtual painting together. My mom is a very creative, crafty person. She is a DIY queen. She's super handy. Sometimes I think it's about finding somebody who wants to spend time with you doing things that you like, especially for women. Like, women are more prone to things like osteoporosis and lower bone density as we get older, regardless of our age or our age difference. Being able to do something with our hands and make sure that we're, I don't know, working on our fine motor skills, doing things that challenge our brains and allow our brains to work in different ways. All of that kind of gets covered in hobby time with my mom. Gardening, now that it is spring, I did move my elephant ears outside, so I can definitely cross that off. I've got some new indoor plants to thrive. When my garden vlog, plant vlog goes up, you'll see just how much I love plants and gardening and being a plant mom. I don't know that I'm going to do as much as I did last year in terms of all the flowers that I grew, but I do want to get a bit of gardening done in April. You can literally hear I'm starting to get stuffy because the pollen around here has really come out to play. Everybody's car is yellow. Like, I'm not even joking. Yellow. Your car was navy blue. It's yellow now. So I have really bad seasonal allergies. So sorry if I sound a little bit nasally or a little bit stuffy. It is allergy season. Finally, I'm going to read, which I used to literally keep. I want to read 20 books this year. Check. I've done that for the last couple of years. I've been reading since the womb. Like, my mom literally read to me when I was not even born yet. My dad would read to us when we were little. I love reading, but I think sometimes, especially when I was in college, all the studying and textbooks took away my love for reading. It's not the same at all. There's something to be said about holding that textbook and reading it for hours in the library and having to study. But I was like, I don't want to pick up another book in my life. I recently got into Libby. Check it out. You can loan books for free through your local library. The books I'm reading right now on audio, I'm reading Morningstar. You guys, I was setting up my cozy little Notion library in the last video. So this time when we go through the library section, which will be after this, it's not going to take me so long. I promise I will keep the yapping to a minimum. But Morningstar, I literally am trying to contain my excitement because it is the third book in what people are telling me is the first trilogy in the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown. I have 4 hours left and it is getting so good. I'm so nervous for all of my favorite characters. And then Kiss of the Basilisk, I talked about in the last Plan With Me, so I'm not going to get into it here. The Golden Couple, I'm pretty sure I talked about in the last video, so I'm not going to get into it here. And then everybody's been raving about Heated Rivalry, but I don't want to watch it on TV until I've read it. I opened it, started it. I haven't read an Eminem romance in a minute. So between Morningstar, Kiss of the Basilisk, and The Golden Couple, Heated Rivalry has fallen to the wayside. Okay, that's all of the goals for April and the status. Hopefully that inspired you to lock in on some of your goals, some of your hobbies. Let's jump to my library. Okay. So, Morningstar, I am reading now. That is still true. What is this category? Oh, date finished. I haven't finished it yet. I don't know why that says March. Let's clear that. Semi-well adjusted. I did finish in March. Oh, you guys. I think for the genre that this book is in, which I'm going to classify, let's open it up. As I think I put autobiographical. Yes. So good. I am pleasantly surprised. Allison Stoner, who wrote the book, narrates the audiobook version too. And I was just blown away by how good she was. She even does different voices, different tones for different characters. If you're familiar with Mike's Super Short Show, that's where I discovered Allison Stoner. So for what it was and for the genre that it is in, I actually am going to give it 4 stars. I really feel for a lot of the Disney kids and Nickelodeon kids, and in her book she talks about, I think it's called Toddlers, a Train Wreck Pipeline, which how bad does that sound? But it's like the, I don't know, experience of child actors, and just a lot of them unfortunately experience some pretty traumatic things. And so she talks a bit about her personal experiences in the book, and I think she's got the foundation or a charity to help make Hollywood better for younger stars and child actors. It's pretty eye-opening because I'm not in Hollywood. It's not a world that I'm in. It's not something that I know a lot about at all. So it was quite interesting to hear about her experience and what it was like. At one point, she went to her agent and her team and was like, hey, you guys, like, I'm really about to jump off a ledge. Like, I really need to take some vacation. I need some time for my mental health. And her team was like, yeah, but if you take that time, Allison, you're going to miss out on blah, blah, blah. Or it'll be too much time between this project and this project. None of them were concerned about her mental health at all. They were more concerned about her as like their vehicle to make money. And if she were to take time off for her mental health, that would prevent them from making money based on whatever project she was working on or whatever shows she was in at the time. What else is in here that needs to be updated? Nothing. Oh, progress. Let's do 1 of 1 just to make the math easy. Then we can mark the status as complete. What else? Kiss the Basilisk, I haven't really made much progress since, so we're gonna clear this. And then Morningstar I'm reading now, we talked about. These are the books that I finished in January and February. This I'm gonna say is still up next, but I'm gonna clear this. And then let us add in real time rivalry. So something that I love doing when it comes to like goal setting and planning is thinking about my books and I don't know how to explain it. Thinking ahead of time about what I want to read. So Sons of Aries is a really good example. I know that I want to read this series. Whether or not I literally read it next is beside the point. But it is really helpful for me. My TBR is 50 miles long, 500 miles long, and it can be quite difficult to find the time to get to read all the things that you want to read. And so using this as a tracker has been really helpful for me. There's little things that I need to update, like the images, and this is technically not an up next anymore. So there's a bit of, I don't know, maintenance I have to do on this dashboard to really make sure that it is current. But in order to save you and me some time, aka you, I'm just gonna click 1. So far this year, I've read 4 books. And then my goal is that 10% of the books that I read are physical. Not that I have an issue with physical books. Again, grew up in the library, but I will say I have a lot of adult responsibilities these days. I have a 9 to 5. I have a commute to the office. Like, reading a physical book while you're driving is not possible. That is not safe. Please don't do that. Audiobooks really help me if I want to be entertained, for lack of a better term, but I don't want to be on socials. Audiobooks, podcasts, healthier inputs, Spanish lessons, like those are things that I try to turn on. So I've been able to really crush some audiobooks. Red Rising, I'm listening to it on graphic audio. If I didn't mention that last time, I know some people can get overstimulated by all that's going on when they listen to that dramatized adaptation of an audiobook. Not with Red Rising, you guys. They've done such a good job. Even if they want to put like birds chirping or somebody going by, they'll lower the volume. It's hard to explain, just like you have to listen to it for yourself. It is a cinema in your ears. Not sponsored by Graphic Audio, but with this saga in particular, they have done a fantastic job. So kudos to all of those actors. So do I want to add anything else to the up next, you guys? Maybe I'll change Heated Rivalry to up next. And then I'm realizing that I didn't put Golden Couple, and I was just reading that last night on my Kindle. Let's move that to the top. And so, yeah, so we're reading 3 books right now at the same time. I never used to do this. I used to literally finish a book, start a new book, finish a book, and now I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm dabbling. Morning Star, I have definitely 3 hours left, and if it's 10 hours, we're just gonna put 70%. Just so we can show that we've made some progress since March. Golden Couple, I'd have to literally go upstairs to get my Kindle to figure this out. So I think I'm gonna say, I don't know, current page can be 1. I'm trying to think like how far into this book I am. I might say, wait, let me think about this for a second. I think, let's do, yeah, just over 30%. That feels good. So that's where we are for the Golden Couple. I will come back in here at the author and all those sorts of things. But as of right now, what is completed has been rated. There is a date. Progress is 100. It's very aesthetic. I've updated this year's reads. So that is everything for my cozy library tracker, book tracker.
Popping in with a little dose of reality. So it is probably, I want to say 1 or 2 days from the time that I filmed pieces of this video. In case you are planning with me, none of this needs to be done in a day or an hour or a week. Take whatever time you need. It's okay to plan at your own pace. And honestly, you'll be that much better for it. so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. What is one intention or energy or vibe that you want to bring into Q2? I'm going to try to continue this as a series and do these reflections every single month. Until next time, keep it cozy.